Let's review very briefly how and why COVID is a sign of decline. I begin with the basic, stark statistic that I've mentioned before. The United States has 4.5% of the world's population and accounts for 20% of the world's deaths from COVID. For a wealthy society, let alone one as wealthy as this one here in the United States, for a society with as highly developed a medical system as we have, to be able to give you those statistics is a sign of system disintegration. This country could not prepare for and could not cope with a pandemic. It did so far less well than dozens of countries, left-wingers, right-wingers, rich and poor. The failure in this society to do that is extraordinary. What makes it worse and a further sign of decline is the rationale that is offered by the major resistance to coping. That resistance, as many of you know, has taken the form of being unwilling to wear masks in this society, masks that have been used globally because they reduce the spread of an airborne disease. By the refusal to be vaccinated once the vaccines became available. And what was the argument? It was an abrogation of freedom. What? Yes, you see, the people objected. They wanted to be free to wear a mask or not. They didn't want the government to tell them what to do. And they didn't want the government to tell them whether or not they should get vaccinated. They wanted the freedom, they explained, and they didn't want to be told what to do. Now, this is extraordinary. Not the demand for freedom, which I understand, but the peculiarity of people demanding something that they give up every other minute of the day. You all do know that. When you travel through an intersection in your car, if the light is red, that is, if the government has arranged for the light to be red, you are required to stop. You are not free to determine whether or not you obey the traffic signal. You will be punished if you don't. Every baby born in the United States is immediately inoculated, vaccinated against all manner of diseases that have been controlled over the centuries in this manner. You don't want a doctor working on you who doesn't have a license from the government to do that. Nobody is free to practice medicine in the United States without a license. Nobody is free to, well, almost so in this country, to carry a weapon, to possess a gun without some sort of permission from the government, and so on. The vast majority accept these rules. They don't complain about the loss of their freedom. Why would they focus, if their struggle is indeed about freedom, on this, something that is killing people, hurting people everywhere, especially those who don't wear masks and don't get vaccinated, as we see in the United States today? This is a sign of a population that is so upset, so stressed, so angry that they don't think through what they are doing. They grasp the first opportunity. These are all signs of a system in decline.